Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before I play any more Safety Dance, one of my favorite songs, let's talk about the Safety Act. If you haven't heard of it, well, here's why I'm bringing it up. Because just recently, if you haven't heard, the most idiotic move for any corporation lately, Mandalay Bay hotel owner MGM has filed suit against more than 1,000 victims of the Las Vegas massacre as it tried to kill off any future lawsuits over the mass shooting. Pretty much the dumbest, worst thing you can do from a PR perspective, but the best thing you can do for your bottom line, because when I checked their stock, it's actually up. Lawyers for MGM Resorts International, which also owns the venue where the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival was held, have asked a federal judge to find that the company is not liable for deaths, injuries, or damage caused at the event. The lawsuit claims sympathy for the victims, saying that years of drawn-out litigation is not in their best interest, because basically, yes, we will draw this out, and it will pain you, and you will be bankrupt at the end of it, because MGM has unfathomable amounts of money, but they want to protect every single dime for their shareholders. Now, there is a lawyer, Bob Egglet, who is representing several of the victims, and called the lawsuit outrageous and bordering unethical, and I have to agree with him, and I think most of the people out there in this world who are have any type of sanity would agree that a hotel which basically allows a man to bring 20 some automatic high powered rifles into their hotel room and shoot mercilessly at people who are just enjoying a concert should be held partly responsible, if not fully responsible, if not complicit in an act such as this. We're not talking about, someone hijacking airplanes and flying them into two trade towers. We're talking about somebody coming into your house and bringing in all of their guns, and you just completely somehow not knowing that this happened, and then actually allowing them to fire on unsuspecting citizens. How does it happen? How does a massacre like this happen? Especially when, as a casino, you literally have cameras in every single corner of your hotel, of your venue, monitoring every single thing. You have people monitoring this, and yet you can't watch it. So that's one thing I'm outraged about. But the real thing I'm outraged about is this. It was a creation of post-September 11th craziness. We were all like, what can we do to protect our country? And we created the Department of Homeland Security, and we also created this lovely thing, the Safety Act. And if you haven't heard of the Safety Act, it breaks down like this. The Safety Act provides important legal liability protections for providers of qualified anti-terrorism technologies, or QATTs, or QATs, whatever you want to call them. Whether they are products, like an actual surveillance camera, or services, like an event staff that's there to protect people. The goal of this Safety Act is to encourage the development and deployment of effective anti-terrorism products and services by providing liability protections. And to me, I'm like, why do you need to provide liability protections for something that is supposed to keep people safe? That's like, I would compare it to things, but I would rather not for the sake of brevity. So in this specific instance, the company or the service is CSC Event Staff. And if you haven't heard of CSC Event Staff, you've probably seen them at any event you go to. They wear these yellow shirts. But I was also drawn to their wonderful little video that they have, and I would love to play it for you. So let's just watch real quick. Yes, that is it. That is how they recruit people, with the silly little video that says, hey, you can go to the Super Bowl if you work for us. Hey, you can go to that crazy little sports event you've always wanted to go to, or hear your favorite singer. Not, hey, we need highly qualified ex-Marines and ex-military officers to come and join us to protect American civilians at our events. Hey, we need someone who is a hardened individual that knows how to take out somebody. No, they look for the weakest people. And I've seen it, and not to down this company or the people that work for it, but I've seen some of these people that work at these event staffs. They don't know what's going on. They're just there to pay the bills and make ends meet. So how in the world is this company approved as a qualified anti-terrorism technology, a product or a service. That is beyond me, and that is the real issue here. This is the real issue here, that this company here, and so I went to see, because they do have a website, and it shows a whole bunch of other companies that are qualified. I mean, the list is amazing. Bloomberg, I mean, and some of the explanations are just crazy here. Hardwire LLC, I'm like, just random companies. If you basically want to limit the liability, if you have a building and people work in it, you can basically apply. If you have a security system, I can probably apply right now with my ADT system and say, hey, I've got ADT in my house. If I'm having people come over tonight for a big event, and for some reason someone just decides to come in and you know, shoot us all up, and I survive, I am not liable for those people's deaths in any way. And I would get away with it. But of course, in this case, it's MGM. They owned both venues, and somehow they're able to get away with this because they hired an event company that somehow managed to get on this this qualified, approved anti-terrorism technologies. Here's what it says about them. Contemporary Services Corporation provides event security services. The technology is a set of core activities and a set of enhanced customer-driven activities, including physical security, access control, and crowd management. The technology also includes CSC's quality assurance procedures that include selection, vetting, and training of employees, periodic internal, external, third-party, and red team assessments of CSC's effectiveness, and an annual review process. The designation and certification will expire on August 31st, 2018, which is this year. So, wow. Oh, I should also mention that they just got this qualification April 20th, 2017. So, not only is this crazy, but it also just seems mildly suspicious, unless they just re-upped on their little qualification. But it's crazy to me that a company can do this, and it's also crazy to me that MGM can get away with it. And they are going to get away with it. But let me know what you guys think about this, because I can't be the only one that thinks this is crazy. So let me know what you guys think. Is it ridiculous that MGM is able to get away with this? Is it ridiculous that we have this safety act that basically allows any company that has anything that they want to do to limit their liability to do this? I believe MGM should bear the full brunt of all these 1,000 people that were affected and impacted. So we'll see what the judge has to say. I would love to hear what you all have to say. But anyway, that's all I've got to say. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out.